You did it? Wow.
Did something. I did something.
Look what I can do.
Look at all these
Did
fucking
you see that?
wishes over here. Is that for me or you?
You saw that? Look at that.
Oh,
Look what
look
I
at
can do.
that.
Look
Look
what I
at
can
that.
do. I just click
Mm.
on things, and then look at this. This is the biggest one.
Oh,
Oh.
that's sweet. That's sweet. Hello. All right, shall we? Good to see you.
Yes. Sorry. There's more, but I'm gonna stop. Okay.
Make sure this is doing what I think it's doing, and it is. Okay.
Okay, I'll stop eventually.
I get it. It's your day. Ready?
Yeah.
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Chemda, it's your birthday.
Hello. Oh, me? Yes. Oh, well, it's Britney Spears' birthday too, but yeah, I was here first, so
Chemda's
yeah.
low key about birthdays. You know that.
Yeah.
Listen, let's finish this Kickstarter. Okay, we're almost there. Back to Kickstarter today. Let's hit 100% for Chemda's birthday. KeithandTheGirl.com/kick, Kick. You'll see everything I'm talking about. Chemda is also giving you a free week of her OMAT Club program. Give her 15 minutes of your day. Your life will change for the better. True story. Promise. Use code FREEBDAY47. FREEBDAY47, all one word, of course, at KATG.com/OMAT, OMAT. Also, do you have Keith and the Girl VIP? We just recorded Q&A yesterday, over 3 hours easily, jam fucking packed.
Okay.
KeithandtheGirl.com/VIP.
Okay, but don't undersell this particular Q&A. There was some fire in Keith's ass.
There's energy, baby.
That I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it was no surprise that one of us missed the meeting this morning. So it was, I was like, with that, and we finished Q&A like almost at midnight last night, and Keith was still on fucking fire, like he's 20 years ago or something.
He gets me riled up. In fact, I went to the movies. I was all on.
You went to the movies after that? Oh my
I went to
God.
the movies after that.
Okay.
I don't mind. I got to see everything ever made,
Yeah, so check out, go to keithandthegirl.com/VIP, use code free trial. You'll get just to listen to the energy that Keith brought to Q&A last night.
Today's guest. It's Am I the Assholes? Danny Vega. Danny Vega, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, Keith and the Girl. Happy birthday, Chemda. Happy 26.
Sure. Thank you.
I feel this is a mandatory joke that you make on a woman's birthday. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's classic.
I think I found a way to forgive you and move on.
Oh, you hated it. Okay, wow. This has never gone so poorly.
Well, you know what? I feel like people do need to say things like, "Oh, you don't look bad," because I'm 47, because it's closer to 50 than it is to 40, because it's not 20 something anymore. People feel the commentary kind of bubble up. So, yeah, I guess get it out of your system.
Hey, my mom's older than you, so she usually likes it. But I think this is a joke that works on my mom, and I generalize too much.
You made it so much better when you said my mom's older than you. Thank you. You will never understand what that means.
My mom could be your mom, for what it's worth.
How you doing, Danny? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty great. We went to a hotel restaurant, which I know doesn't really sound that prestigious of me because you guys know I'm a food snob, but it was really great. It was the first Thanksgiving where I've ever eaten a reasonable amount. You guys ever done that? Crazy.
I remember, was it you last year? Like an aunt sat you down and said, I think you've had enough.
Well, yeah. And I had already eaten well more than my fair share, but
That's not true.
I still traumatized by that because I still think oh my God, who cuts off food at a party? We eat till there's no food.
Right.
I'm still traumatized by that. I can't believe that you had that experience. I think it was our final show of 2021, final episode, and you were talking about how you just experienced Thanksgiving. You went for seconds and thirds like normal. There was plenty for everybody, and you started getting side faces, and I think there was something about leftovers, but you were, you were portion shamed.
They put the dessert on the counter, and then I started to eat more, and they're like, no, don't eat more. And I was like, it's a food party. Like, I'd never experienced this in my life.
I am I've never experienced people being upset at, other than my own mother personally, but I've never experienced people being upset inviting people to a party and watching them eat. It's very, very strange.
It's supposed to be a compliment. I like your food so much and I'm willing to get sick. Yes, I threw up. That's the point of this day. I don't drink alcohol. This is all I have. Please.
That's so true. I also remember my father had a big appetite, and if he liked food, he's definitely going for seconds at a party, right? And he said that it bit him in the ass because if he didn't like someone's food, he still had to kind of make effort to get a kind of second plate so that they don't get offended. This is what I'm used to with food.
Overeat just to be accepted. Oh, that's brutal.
Do you order like only appetizers this year? Like, because that it would be traumatizing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my appetizer strategy. No, I mean we got it was like a 3-course meal, but I got to tell you about this, Keith, because you're cheap like me, right?
Thank you.
You're kind of a cheap ass. No, I don't know. Are you?
We appreciate frugality. Yeah.
Let me tell you this move. You go to a bougie restaurant, right? Like a $3 sign, a $4 sign. Yes, I'm speaking Yelp. Okay. You're going to go. How much are the entrees? $45, $37.
Bring your own appetizers, you're saying.
No, I say go all apps. The apps are usually about $18. And yeah, there's not as much food, but they're usually just as good. There's as much culinary creativity, a phrase I regret saying, but you get it.
Sure.
And you can spend less money and get more variety. And I think variety is the spice of life.
Do you miss that, by the way?
100%. 100%, by the way. The more variety, the better. In fact, if you're going as a couple, one entree and like 2 or 3 appetizers instead of divide up all the shit as much as possible. Also, this will break you up or keep you together faster than you need to. It's like a pandemic for a meal because it speeds up the relationship. You ever like reach over to someone's plate with a fork and they give you a face? It's over. Walk away. These are not things that you could not have in common. It's you can't reach over and somebody goes, ew. No. Like as if you're walking in on them taking a shit. No.
Do you miss, by the way, being a Yelp Elite douchebag?
Oh man, I wish I could tell you that I hadn't slipped back into it, but yeah, I did have a relapse, and I've been posting on Yelp again.
Oh, that's great.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, what happened is my car is under attack. I got brutally keyed, and let me say, yeah, at first, obviously I was upset. It was from the gas tank through the back door. It's a 4-door sedan, through the back all the way into the front door to under the mirror. Whoa. And so I was devastated, but I came to respect the key. I was like, that is one fuck of a key. I mean, that is really the whole car. They keyed the whole car.
Wow. Wait,
it feels personal.
Yeah.
Well, I have a theory, but my dad's denying it. So my dad hides poop.
What?
Instead of picking up his dog's poop, he hides it. And if you guys think I'm one who's always like, oh, I'm defensive and I have a million reasons for this and that, my dad has gone to absolute war over this. Nobody in my podcast audience backs him. He is a poop hider. And he was caught hiding poop by a neighbor. He says it was a year ago. And the neighbor said, hey, don't do that in my yard. In their front yard, okay? And so then he's like, I'll clean the poop up if you can find it. And the neighbor couldn't find the poop. And so my dad claims that there's no difference. He doesn't need to pick it up. He's a poop hider.
Oh, my God. That's so much.
So he picks it up and throws it behind a bush or something?
He like digs a little hole. He has like a digging stick.
What the fuck? He's on my yard. He starts digging a hole on my yard. If you can find it.
It's crazy. And so I think it was the person, the victim of the poop hiding, has a lot of anger. I think they keyed my car in his like old folks community.
Does he have a car?
Yeah, but they're in the garage. I don't get the garage spot.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hold. Your father is more willing to dig a small hole, bury shit, and cover it.
Yes.
Enough for somebody to not even notice on their own yard that this happened, more than put the shit in another hole, which is a bag. Close that up.
A bag is a portable hole. I got to tell him about that.
You're moving the shit. You know what you should do? Oh my God, get bags in like you can get bags with, anything on it at this point. I'm sure of it. Get bags that look like someone's yard or something like grass or something like that.
Oh, that's good. Put his neighbor's face on it.
Is your dad like a silly thing doer usually, or is this out of character, or is this like, of course, Dad, sure, yes.
This is so him.
Pissed.
He's a double down, triple down. If he does something, that's, he's very stubborn, and my mom said something similar. He's like, she's like, I'm pretty sure it takes more work. This is taking more work. I think he's ran with it. It's his whole identity now. He's the poop hider.
How do you have a chance being a person? Good for you. Good. You know what? Good for you. Happy birthday to you. That's nuts. Hey,
I respect you so much more. That is. Yeah.
Hey,
okay.
We all have weird dads here,
Dude, you want to complain about a restaurant service? You do it. You do it anytime you fucking want, okay? I didn't know all this.
Thank you, man. Thank
you. Absolutely. How are you holding up, by the way? Your co-host, Sarah Levine, she's like, I can't keep doing this Am I the Asshole podcast. And you were ready to kill yourself. Are you okay?
I am okay. I did cry for as many as 5 episodes. It's very sad. We had formed a bond. And we are still talking, which has been cool, because I was like, it felt like a romantic breakup where I'm like, oh, now we don't talk at all. But we do still talk, and we talk about assholes.
Hey, I'm not trying to do the pod. Just called my friend. Hey, is this person an asshole in Japan? They brought their own appetizers and trick her, record it.
That's what I got to do. Just send a voice memo, Sarah. Well, I'll send her long voice memos, and I'm like, here's a personal podcast. I understand if you don't want to be my friend anymore. But Keith, and I did run this by you, but I wanted to be honest because, I wanted to say that, I look up to you guys, both of you guys, obviously, you're seasoned podcasters.
This is already suspect.
Yeah, let's stop there.
Yeah, what's that?
Okay, we can stop there.
No, go ahead. What is
What's going on?
Well, I felt like it was a little bit toxic masculinity, the way you kind of shit on me for crying, and you hit this beat over and over that it was weird how I cried, and other people did react to it, and I wanted to call you out because, it's okay to feel emotions as a man, right?
I do. I cried at the movies. Yes, I think it's okay to feel emotions as a man. All I was saying is that you carry yourself in such a way that I would think you have no feelings. And so when you cried,
this is Keith saying this to you.
Yeah. So when you cried, I'm like, I didn't expect that out of him. I didn't expect that's the way it would sound. And I thought that was interesting.
Oh, so you really were hung up on the, you don't like this is how I cry. Like that's what threw you?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like a stoic cry you have. And it confused me.
Well, I hope one day we can weep together.
Yeah. I don't mind crying. I'll cry. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a shit. If I feel like crying, it'll come. I don't care. So I'm sorry that I was stuck with you for a while. I certainly meant no disrespect. Cry all day. It's Chemda's birthday. I want everybody to cry today.
That would be nice,
right?
Yeah, just one tear around the world. Love
yes.
It. I encourage this.
I hope you can forgive me, Danny. No, it's not that you cry. It's the way you cry.
Okay,
is that better?
Well, I wasn't personally hurt. I just kind of thought that you were putting on this macho shit of like, oh, I don't cry. Who's this guy? I cried on his podcast. I'm Keith Malley. I don't cry nothing.
Dude, then I misspoke because.
Have you cried on your pod? No. Have you cried on this pod?
I'm not a Fruit Loop, Danny. But I'm just saying there are times when I will.
There we go.
Cry.
I told you it's in there, people.
Keith, do you want to take a moment?
Danny, I apologize for making you feel bad about crying.
I meant to make you feel bad about the way you cry.
Right.
Once you start crying, I'm confused. It doesn't match your face. Can you please match the cry coming out of your face with what I had burned into my face before I saw you cry? I'm going to need that to match and everything going forward as well. Thank you.
Now that's a game show. You hear the cry and you have to match it to the person you're looking at. Like we'll look at 6 people like, who's this cry?
Well, how do you cry, Keith? Silently?
I don't make a production of it like Danny does. You
Okay.
just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You just do it. You know, it happens. I don't make noise necessarily.
You don't? Do you
I
make
don't think so.
Do you make a face? Like, do you get a
You wouldn't know.
cry
I'm
face?
crying right now. You wouldn't even know it.
Okay.
You know what crying is, bro. We're worried, man.
What if I don't know?
He's just trying to hold it in. He's like just shaking violently.
Right. That's what he thinks crying is, shaking until like pus comes out of your mouth.
Danny still is gracing us with some am I the assholes today, despite my my behavior. And Danny, I appreciate that. It's a special birthday occasion, and I'm hoping we could judge some people.
Am I the asshole? I went on my friend's podcast, said I was friends with him. He had an emotional moment that he told me about, and I listened to. It wasn't even happening at the moment. I cry shaded him, then said that's not what I meant, continued to cry shame him, cleared up what I was cry shaming him about, which to Chemda sounded worse, but somehow we remain friends. Maybe I should start putting friends in quotes. Am I the asshole?
Edit. He is a boomer. Edit 2. Do you know anything about his dad? I think we should let him play with a handicap.
You understand? I heard about your dad. You understand?
Yeah. Hey, our dad should hang out. That would be interesting, right?
Brother Love is saying Keith Stare has no tears,
Right.
but his heart is sobbing for all of us.
I keep it inside because I don't want to put people out. They're having enough problems. Yeah, my cries are inside mostly. That's what I think.
Super
Keith thinks
fair.
every time he shits, that's a cry because he's letting it out.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what he hears. He's like, let it out. Okay. Yeah. Peas count on his birthday too. It's like I let it out multiple times.
What's
today.
the last thing, Danny, that you cried about that wasn't your show and your co-host?
Well, that was definitely the most recent cry was that for sure.
Okay, so Danny
Oh
gets
no,
things
it's so
done.
cheesy.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I have it. It's so awful. Oh, this is disgusting. And I have terrible taste in music, but I got really kind of overwhelmed watching my Spotify Wrapped. Oh, I can't believe I just said that. I was like, these are my songs. Like I got teary eyed. Just like this is my music.
What? Who's your number one?
I can't say it.
You can't say the bands you heard. It's too
horrible.
embarrassing.
Now you
Sickening,
have
dude.
to. Could we guess?
It's fucking sickening.
What's the reggae band?
Worse.
311.
Worse, but that's fine. I just brought up 311 because I told Xerxes, you know that song, Who's Got the Herb? I was thinking about that song, but no, it's not 311. It's
Okay.
worse. I'll give you the genre. It's EDM.
Oh, how would we even know?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's just beats. Oh, right. We talked about this.
It's Dead Mouse. Oh God,
Isn't that supposed to be cool?
I mean,
Oh,
no,
but to
no.
like pretend it's not cool is even cooler. I get it.
I never told
Ew,
anybody this,
Danny.
Chemda.
I wish
Okay.
I was not cool like
It's
that.
not hip, Chemda. Everybody like is like, ew. I literally have people who like physically recoil when I've told them this. This is not a hip thing. Arcade Fire is like a hip answer. I do like Taylor Swift though.
I got no joke, Danny. My number one, I use Apple Music. My number one was fan noise.
Okay, this from the
You would
guy who
think they
doesn't know how to
should count
cry. What a surprise! Hey guys, here's my favorite song, Pink Noise. Yeah. Have you guys heard the new album? It's called Airplane Engine 3. Put this thing on. Ooh. Ooh,
You
boy.
want to talk about embarrassing? Like they should know that doesn't count as a song, but apparently I love it. I love it.
Waves crashing, guys. Let's go. Do you want a car trip? What?
Okay, it's my turn.
I think the car's having an issue. Let's pull over.
Chemda's having a lot of fun posting things on the video, right? You're having a good time with that.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. We're on a new platform, and I asked Xerxes to give me the powers to do things. And now I have powers. I click on your comment, and it comes up on the video. I feel so modern. I mean, it's no dead mouse, but I feel so modern.
Danny, what do you got for us today? Who can we judge, please? You know, it's
All
my
right, I'm
favorite thing.
bringing
My
you
second
one.
favorite thing after fan noise is judging people. So thank you for being here.
Love to hear it. I brought you one that I'm personally biased on, so I set you guys up to destroy me on this. Here we
I
go.
love it.
Okay.
AITA for
Yeah,
banning.
you got to say sometimes Danny sneaks in am I the asshole, but it's really about him. And that's a big risk you take sometimes, and I love it.
AITA for banning alcohol from Christmas.
Interesting. Keith's family tried to do this one time. Go ahead.
My husband's family likes to drink every holiday, multiple bottles, wine, cocktails. I hate drinking. I have never drank. My father was an alcoholic. I think it's childish if you can't have fun without drinking.
Oh, boy.
This year,
That's a lot to say.
I'm hosting Christmas for a change. I decided since it's at my house, no booze allowed. We're all getting older, and it's time to grow up.
Ugh, these words. I'm going to throw up already. It's time to grow up. Come to a party, but grow up first.
Yeah, and by the way, you're not digging holes in other people's yards sober. You know what I mean? So we're putting this together.
My husband's sister called to ask what she could bring. She saw a recipe for a Christmas martini that she wanted to bring. I told her about my no alcohol rule. She didn't say much, but must have told the rest of the fam. Some of them started texting me, asking me if I was serious and saying that it's lame, but I'm not budging. Turns out, husband's sister hosting an alternate gathering that almost everyone is choosing to go to.
What?
We'll be behind the house. My party's same location. I'm just behind the house with my friends.
It's so disrespectful because they would have to spend one day sober. My husband told me he talked to his sister and we are invited to her gathering, and he said we should just go and stop causing issues, but I won't because it's so rude. Now husband's mad because I'm making him stay home and spend Christmas with me, but it was my turn to host and I chose to have a no alcohol party. They could have dealt with it for 1 year. AITA.
Well, sure. I hate alcohol also, but I will always. That's not.
But I will defend it to the day I die.
I hate alcohol also, but you can't make people sober. That's ridiculous. The alternate party, yeah, that person's an asshole, but they're right.
I'd have to wonder, who is it that is making the person, making things be alcohol free? Is it because somebody got out of control? They had to. If you're drinking like a gentleman or gentle lady or gentle other, it wouldn't even be brought up, right?
I don't know. I think sometimes people just don't like that people are not in their quote right mind. So you don't know who you're talking to eventually. People are out of it. So if you're the only sober one and everyone's being boisterous or just not really all there, not remembering the next day, maybe throwing up the next day, who gives a shit? It's a party, and the problem is people don't always get to party, and Christmas equals party and drinking. If you want a sober party, make sober friends. Don't.
Right.
Or people won't come to your party, and that's okay too. They like to party in a very specific way.
It does seem odd. Danny, what are we thinking?
Well, I mean, I guess I think I go a little harder even than Chemda on this. I hadn't had a drink for 8 years here. And I honestly just feel like alcohol is a drug. And for some reason, it's not treated like a drug just because it's so normal. But that's really the only difference. And I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty crazy drug. It makes you forget things. It makes interactions really shitty. Someone who's had 4 drinks is honestly almost always miserable to talk to, Chemda's here on her 5th joint, it's I feel look, I feel I guess what I can ding her on is this is so draconian. It's so intense. And I think Keith, you were right to point out, there's no specific behaviors mentioned here. I feel a much more reasonable version would be can we have 3 hours before we become filthy drunken animals?
No, you can't. No, you can't control that so much. You can have a sober party, but not if you don't have sober friends. It's not really fair. What you can do is have a 2-hour party and then kick everybody out. And that's when they go into the after party afterwards and they do their drunkenness there and you don't go there. Granted, if somebody said no smoking pot, in my house for the party, I would still go to the party, but if I don't, then I don't.
But you wouldn't feel like if I said like, hey, Chemda, it's been a while. Keith has been so mean to me about this crying thing. Can you just come over for like an hour and we'll chill and then you can light up, no problem? Like, I don't know. Is that big of an ass? Especially considering it's Christmas, it's family. It's a time to kind of connect.
I agree. I just think it's pushing a little too much control on something that you're calling a party. You can absolutely do that. But then you absolutely have to understand that people don't want to come to your party. You can have a vegan party for Thanksgiving, the day that everyone expects turkey and butter and all of this stuff. You can have that vegan party. But if somebody doesn't eat vegetables or whatever the fuck, they might skip your party to go to the steak party next door. I don't know. It's a party. You're invited and you get to say no or yes.
No, I think that's fair. And I can't even ding the alternate party because it is a bad energy. And I honestly think by leading with the rule instead of leading with the issue, she came off so much more poorly. If she had said like, hey,
Right.
last time when, Uncle Chris tried to have sex with the young cousins, like, yeah, that's not really the energy I want in my home.
Right.
You can't even do that at work. Like, you can't really even ask people to come sober to work. You can say that you can't.
Right, that's true. No boss ever told me don't drink.
If they fuck up, you can say this is the fuck up, but you can't say you shouldn't be on alcohol coming in here. And Danny, I 100% agree with you. I think alcohol is one of the worst drugs, especially like you said, that they don't call it a drug, so you can dismiss it so easily.
Yes.
Like if people brought Coke instead of a bottle of wine to your party, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? But wine does what Coke does to people.
Yes.
And there's throw up. At least Coke, it wears down and you fall asleep and get the fuck out of my face. It's a horrible drug.
It's a crazy drug. It makes you forget. It's insane.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you're talking to someone and they're drunk and you're like, should I even bother talking to this person? So yeah, I understand. You can have whatever party you want. And I don't think people like you if they're doing an alternative party exactly at that time and they're calling you family, because I would expect people to come to my party for an hour or two just for my company and then leave to have their but you can't stop people from drinking. They'll come drunk. They'll spike their own drinks. This is not, these are grown-ass adults.
Everybody's going to be fine. If you can't handle yourself being sober for a party, then you're sneaking shit in. You'll be just fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
That's the thing. You can have whatever rule you want, but if
Right.
somebody comes with steak on their breath to your vegan party, you know?
Well, it looks like Reddit pretty much agrees with you guys. The X Sunshine, YTA, and you're the Grinch who stole booze miss.
Okay, clever. Okay.
But also, hey, start making some boozeless friends, I get this is your family and that's who you want to spend Christmas with, but also, understand the other side of this as well. Don't just go, I'm better. We're having like an all salad party, but you have to like it, because I'm trying to be healthy. That's not really a thing.
Yeah, I guess I feel like there could be a middle. Like my dad likes to throw back a couple whiskeys, and I told him like, look, I only see you 3-4 times a year. You're so busy hiding your poops, and it's like, can you keep it to 3 drinks when we're together? And he's respected that. So I don't know. Can you guys meet me there on like the close family, like maybe your children or your parents, like the kind of immediate fam? Little bit of control, a little bit of fair request.
I'd be so embarrassed. Yeah, I wouldn't even like debate it. My dad has to tell me. Can I? My son tells me, "Can you keep it to 3 drinks?" I'd be like, "Yeah, forget the whole thing. I won't be drinking at all." No,
that's not true. That's not true, because people have told you before your drinking is this, that.
No, but I wouldn't drink at a party that where it's so obvious. You just told me I'm an asshole.
Until when? Until the party after that?
Until the party after that, then I go behind the shed.
Come on.
But do you have to be an
on.
asshole, Keith? Like, it's not just like that you could be obnoxious and do something like heinous. It's also just like once people hit 4 drinks, I feel like they're just not fully present. It's like they're getting sloppy. Their sentences aren't great. They're not listening that well.
Yeah, but that's fun for some people.
And my
It's the
parties are
talking
watching
party.
football anyway, So what do I give a fuck?
Shh, don't talk.
You're right.
Don't talk.
Yeah, some people have an overly articulated, very stuffy life, and they want to slur for a minute. That's
All right.
also a thing. But if that's not how you enjoy your father and that's personal, or your brother, or, your wife, or whatever, you can say all those things. But if you're seeing these people on a regular basis, you will not control anything that's going in their mouth.
That's fair.
Or out.
I didn't expect to bring you guys over on this one. AITA for banning alcohol from Christmas. I don't think the other person is an asshole because, everybody was upset. This person, OP, led with the rule, which I think was super obnoxious and a big turnoff. Like, no alcohol party, man. It wasn't done judiciously at all or smoothly. And so then they're like, well, we're gonna have an alcohol party then. And they even invited. I thought that was kind of big of them. They're like, yeah, come anyway.
That's the thing. I am coming to the conclusion that this person is not liked, whether they are an asshole or not, is not liked by this family because they can't even respect this party for an hour or two. They actually are going to another party. That's high school mean girl shit. That's weird. Can you imagine if you were throwing a party and your father was like, fuck that, it's a 3-drink maximum at his place. Come to my place. Not even for the 4th drink, for the 1st through 4th, At least go like, hey, let's pretend to be sober if they respected her or liked her or even wanted to go to this party. Maybe there's good food. Maybe there's a nice Twister game. There are other things happening, but there's clearly nothing else. So they either don't really like each other's company and they need to drink, or don't like her company and need to drink. Either way, they're choosing this really gross alternative. Like, I guess unless this is your only time, because I thought Christmas party was like, oh, we'll go to so-and-so's Christmas party on Thursday night and so-and-so's Christmas party on Friday night and whatever. I don't know. There's so many parties. It's weird to completely dismiss the party.
That's fair. I don't know where we're landing on this then. Are you saying...
It's saying something about that person. So even if we didn't think it was an asshole move, which I don't, you can say no alcohol in my house and at my party. That doesn't make you an asshole. But something about this... You know what? Everyone's an asshole. I don't like this family.
I can go there. That's more than I even thought I would get.
Everybody's an asshole.
It sounds like the guests are complaining about it, so then they have a problem. Yeah, that's the family's an asshole.
Also, my husband isn't even on my side over drinks. My husband is taking the side of, can we just go to their party? Something's up. You can't even take my side over this. Like, hey guys, this is her party. Like, just come say hi.
Well, I think that's my thing too, is that OP didn't give us any specific. They're just like, I don't like drinking. And it's like, did something happen? Like, what is your specific problem? I don't really get it. It's like, you're just mad that people got wasted or what?
I don't think it matters. I think, it could be that people got gross, and it could be that you just don't like alcohol. Either way, I'm on your side. It's totally understandable. But the fact that not even your husband wants to come to a party to be sober with you for 5 minutes, I don't know. That sounds like something.
AITA for banning alcohol from Christmas. I'm very happy to walk away. Seems like we agree. ESH, everyone sucks here.
Yeah.
And the parties aren't so fun anyway.
Now that Keith is sober.
Yeah. Don't go. Who gives a fuck? Hey, I'm seeing this breaking news as far as I'm concerned. Kate Carter is writing in, Kanye got banned from Twitter again for posting a swastika.
Holy
my
shit.
God.
Yeah.
What is the thought process behind posting a swastika? Well, what is the thought process? It's a real head scratcher.
You guys didn't see it though?
Is he trying to tell us something?
No,
really?
what
I
happened?
haven't seen it.
It's a Jewish. It's the Star of David with a swastika inside of it, and he went on Alex Jones and he said like, "I love Jewish people and I love Nazis."
He's deep.
Okay.
That's pretty deep. He has to pay $200,000 every month now in child support for Kim Kardashian and their 4 kids.
Oh, good. They're gonna make it.
She takes my money.
You were worried about her?
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Poor Kim K.
Yeah. Well, now she can pay the mortgage. Oh, those kids can eat. They might even be able to have alcohol at their Christmas party. Oh my God,
But nothing can protect them from a poop hiding neighbor. There's no amount of wealth.
What's that like, by the way? Alex Jones talking to Kanye. Have you seen any of it?
Yeah. I watched. There's a couple clips going around, and it was pretty crazy to be hear Alex Jones be like, "Well, I wouldn't go that far," and Kanye's like, "I would,"
Right.
and you're like, "Geez, man, you out crazied the craziest of them all."
Right. A school shooting didn't happen. We,
Yeah.
and he's like, Kanye, you're a little too much today.
It's wild. He filed bankruptcy, by the way, $1 billion against Alex Jones. He got rocked in court.
That makes sense to file bankruptcy, right? They were like, how about this amount of 100 millions? And everyone's like, dude, he's got more. Oh shit. We mean, yeah, it's as if like $200 million, whatever that first one was. It was crazy. It was like unreal. And we got him. And then everyone's like, I don't know. He still has 750, except for the 750 million that we're not done. We're not done.
He's a character. Danny, what else you got for us?
All right. I didn't know where I landed on this. I thought this was interesting, and I love baked goods. AITA for not helping to advance my sister's dream. I own and run a bakery. I was sick of working a job with long hours and no thanks. So I baked whenever I was off, and I sold it sometimes, and my bakery took off. After being miserable for years, long discussions with my husband, we decided I should try and follow baking full time. I did this for a year, and I had success. But I couldn't keep up with the demand of just selling from out of the house. It was a huge gamble, but we decided to open a bakery by renting out a retail unit, investing our life savings, and it finally paid off after 5 years.
I like this humble depiction. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like how they had to tell their whole bakery origin story to open this. Not sure it's necessary, but we get it.
Oh, no, it's necessary because here's my prediction. Then my sister just wants to do her dream without suffering. Should I help? I had to go through a lot, and my husband ended up supporting me, but I really had to go through everything. Like, this is what I smell coming, but okay.
I'm excited. The birthday prophet is here, folks. OP goes on, I run a small shop with 6 staff, and I'm a lot happier. Bakery has a dining area for customers. We do standard treats like cakes, etc. That was the full list they wrote, which I thought was pretty skimpy for a baker. Like cakes, etc.
You get it.
You sound like Keith describing crying. Like, that's it? You can't name 2 items? I've also hosted local events in conjunction with local groups. For example, stuff like holding knitting nights, crafting nights. Sometimes they'll stay open a little later, allow them specific slots. Okay. I do it all for free, as it's a space for people to enjoy something and meet people, and they always buy cakes and treats, so it's not hurting anybody. Nice. Basically, if it's reasonable, I don't mind hosting events or promoting specific events via flyers. But key thing, I will not let other people sell in here. My bakery is solely there to sell things from my bakery, and I do not wish to have other businesses trying to solicit sales from within mine. Recently, my sister got into making crystals. Jewelry. Okay. She's not having much luck. She told me it's her quote unquote destiny to do this after taking some classes. Anyway, she has asked if she can promote her business within my cafe. She wants to show samples and try to get some sales. I told her no. She says I'm a hypocrite. I let other people host things in my bakery. What? I told her there's local events to bring the community together. Most often people who are lonely. And that if I ever promote or support a local cause or business, it's by displaying flyers or over social media. None of this involves them selling stuff in my bakery.
I also cakes and crystals. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I hate
alliteration.
This woman. Yeah.
That's basically. She says I'm a heartless a-hole who's not willing to help out another local business over and advance her dream. My husband thinks she's delusional. My parents are on my back, asking me to break my rule just once so my sister can reach more potential customers. AITA.
And tell your parents that your sister's a grown-ass adult, and if she's not, then she shouldn't be selling shit.
Right.
Your sister can cry herself into some other place. This is stupid.
And if I'm the baker, I'm the baker, and then you have to explain to me that I'm being an asshole by not letting you sell crystals. So now I let you sell crystals. That shouldn't be awkward every fucking day.
Yeah. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want, and that's not my brand, and it's not how I want my customers to feel in my shop.
It's weird to me that
then you know what, the fact that the parents are on the sister's side extra says don't do it. Because do it for your sister. If they're saying shit like that, it's your sister. That's not a reason. It's your sister. It's your mother. It's your cousin. It's your uncle. That's not a reason, because you know what happens? It's your uncle. It's your priest. No, not because it's your uncle. It's your priest. It's not the relationship. No.
I don't even like being at a barbershop that sells jewelry. To me, that's weird. You know, like, calm down, everybody. No, don't sell extra bullshit.
No.
I
wouldn't even let you. I wouldn't even let you sell weed if it was legal, because here I am now pushing something else. Like, and this goes together, weed and bakery. No,
that might be a miss there. You need to have weed in that bakery. Oh yeah, I like how Jared said she's an asshole just for saying destiny. That was a lot.
Right.
That's manipulative. But wait, Chemda, you had a totally different energy while I was reading this. I thought you were gonna go the opposite way, which is why I thought this was compelling. You know, I kind of feel like, what, you can't help your sister? Like, yeah, you won't let a rando sell shit in your store, but it's your sister, it's your blood.
Don't say words like that.
It's even weirder. It's even weirder. Don't put me out being my brother this way. It's even fucking weirder that you're not a stranger.
Don't take us both down because you have bad business sense. This is not good for business, not for yours or for mine. I'm not making the decision.
Hurt the bakery biz.
Yes. And I think that's what the original poster is saying. This is not my business. My business helps the community in this way. This will hurt your business and mine because it'll make us look like we're just taking advantage, just going, well, you'll buy this, you'll buy that. It's not the vibe that she wants. And even if it was helping, and even if it would help her sister, no.
And she goes, my sister's being a bitch, not letting me sell my crystals. It doesn't sound very crystally, this attitude.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Grab a purple. You're having a day.
But
like
so I'm just trying to get any points here for the sister. When you said what you said, Chemda, about the suffering, what did you think was meant? That the sister would, ask for money or something?
I thought that the sister was asking for something reasonable that in her new position in life, she could easily give, and she's being stubborn because you have to learn the same life lessons. But I was completely wrong. I think if the sister asks her for something that she can help with, it sounds like she would listen and do it. But she's being a reasonable adult entrepreneur, business owner, and caring about the store and the customers. So no, you can't start sentences, but that's your sister.
Is it really that big of a deal?
Yes, that's how abuse starts.
I go to a bakery.
Yes, it is.
Oh, can I finish my sentence?
No.
I guess not.
I thought we were doing a favor, but yeah, go ahead, Danny.
I don't know if you guys know my favorite place in the world. It's called Donuts, Ice Cream, Hot Dogs, Cigarettes. And it's a donut store right across the street from me. And it's a bakery. If I went in there and they got a little display set up with some crystals, I don't care. I don't know. I don't understand why.
No,
why
I'm the representative now of the crystals also. Like, what's this bullshit? And now I got to tell you sincerely, as if I gave a fuck in the first place, because you have a little play. You're not manning your little crystal section 8 hours. Now it's my job. Fuck off.
Also, the baker sister is offering you what she offers the rest of the community.
It's consistent. Absolutely.
Yeah. She's offering you to maybe host something, like she hosts, or I don't know what she does, but with flyers and whatever. And then you can show the crystals to the people who want to come for that. But you don't, that's like, okay, how about comedian will come in? She's got a comedian brother. Hey, why don't we do an ambush show here? What's the big deal? You have the people sitting here. What's the big deal? You have comedy nights. Why can't I do an ambush show?
Well, and
that's not what I want. Even if it's the best idea, it's not what I want. Period. End of story.
Well, she says she does events for lonely people, so I actually think a comedy show would be really good. At least we know the comedians are very lonely.
And the brother cuts hair, by the way, so he'll do that on Saturdays.
Barber bakery. Now, Reddit really saw this as only one way. Little Martha wrote, top comment, NTA business and family shouldn't mingle. I don't see a connection between crystals and bakery. People enter a bakery are most likely not there shopping for jewelry, which that did seem pretty fair to me.
It doesn't matter. Do we do the LLC together now? Fuck off. I hate you.
Yeah, it's also probably illegal.
Right.
But would you guys still go this hard? Let's say it was more adjacent. Let's say it was what's
It wouldn't
adjacent
matter.
to jewelry?
It wouldn't matter because I could see,
No?
I'm picturing some hippie
Clothing.
woman baking shit. I could picture her having crystals in her shop also. No, it wouldn't matter what it was.
She has a clothing store. You're saying the same thing?
What's that?
Instead of a bakery, it's a clothing store. You'd say the exact same thing?
Yes. Yeah.
You're not going to help your sister out?
No.
What is this? You're not going to help your
Is
sister
she okay?
out.
No. Put a fucking...
If my brother starts a podcast, of course
Yeah.
I'm going to let him do an episode on my podcast. I mean, I don't think that makes me some kind of hero or saint. I wouldn't let, some rando do. I guess I would let some rando do that. I would let you guys do it. I would let a lot of people do it. I guess I'm.
How about a family member says, "Hey, you don't have a co-host now. I'll do it. I'll
Right.
do your show. What's the big deal?
I'll be your co-host. Yeah. That was my
one
favorite.
time. Yes, one time you can come in and sell your crystals. One time. The end.
With an event like I do with other people. No,
Right.
I want to sell it there. How about your brother decides that he wants to be the co-host? You're looking for one.
Well, my favorite message I got is I got a message from someone that goes, "Hey Danny, I know your co-host is leaving. Well, today I listened to my first episode of your podcast, and I'd like to be the co-host. I've also never done a podcast before."
Right.
Right. So
Okay.
I never sold jewelry before. I just opened my bakery, and I'm so impressed with myself that it even stays open. I have 6 other employees to think about because if I fuck up, they lose their job also. My husband took a chance on me, and we're partners in this life. But my sister has an idea.
Right.
So what?
It's also really new. Is that maybe another reason we're dinging her? She doesn't have any established business,
Doesn't matter.
I'm much more willing to help someone who's done some of the work already, not a brand new beginner.
You can't decide how someone's going to help you. My brothers and I help each other all the time. But if there was something that they said no to, I wouldn't be like, but I'm your sister. I'd be like, you always help me. This is something you don't feel comfortable doing. That's the end of the story. Not you're an asshole all of a sudden because you won't give me what I want. That's crazy.
And then I'm in trouble because you ended up buying a crystal, but it's one that makes your car crash instead of joy. And now I see you the next day getting your muffin, and somehow it's my fault. Fuck out of here.
My car got keyed because of this red crystal. I came in here trying to buy a maple bar, and I left with a $400 amethyst, and now my car looks like shit.
You're like, why would you even sell black crystals? I don't study this shit, but that can't be a good one.
Obsidian is your destiny, Keith.
No, absolutely not. And it's so weird that the sister would make it a big deal. So weird and rude and boo. Well, once I'm saying no, and you're going to the family, my sister's being an asshole.
That's messed up.
How do we work together? How do we work together? Right. It's over, done. Now I can't do it extra.
Looping in the parents is like manipulative. That's a cheap shot.
Yeah.
Gross. How are you an adult?
Mom said you have to let me sell crystals. Okay. All right.
AITA for not helping to advance my sister's dream and destiny. I think we agree. It's NTA and she is. I think the destiny comment. Andy wrote a great comment here. To get the parents involved is creepy and boundaryless and emotional blackmail. I wouldn't do it even if I love crystals.
Yeah, of course it is. Yes, this person's the worst. And I hope bad things happen.
Oh, wow. Cursing the crystal girl. This is risky, Keith. You're asking for a pox upon the house of voodoo, Keith.
Yeah, this is and you know what?
Oh boy.
She's doing crystal bullshit against her sister in her house alone. I know it. There's a witch's brew, and fuck this sister.
You know who didn't say, but that's your sister? If I were the parents, and the crystal girl came up to me and said, my sister won't let me crystal in her bakery, I'd go, but that's your sister. Don't ask her that.
Right.
The reverse,
how about that? But that's your sister. But that's your sister. You're asking her to do something stupid in her bakery? That's what you're asking your sister to do, not a stranger who you don't care about and what their stupid shit is. Your sister. Good sister.
And again, where the
5
fuck
years.
does it end? Can the uncle do oil changes in the back? What's the big fucking deal?
Hey, donuts, ice cream, hot dogs, cigarettes has a diverse business. I don't really hate Bakery Crystal's oil change.
Start it
That's
up. Sounds like
yeah.
you have a crystal girl already. Hook up.
That's also that's the person's job, cigarettes and this and that. Not some other person going, and I have cigarettes.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Some guy
Yeah.
opens up his jacket.
Why can't we sell cigarettes too, Bob? Like
The dad is on the sister's side because he thinks it's crystal meth this whole time. Oh, rocks? No,
no, I
that's
didn't know
ridiculous.
it was bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh my God. Yeah. I had another point. Who cares? This is
Yeah.
crazy. This is your decision.
The worst. This is worse than your dad digging holes in other people's yards. This is offensive.
Well, I brought a super dumb one to celebrate Chemda's birthday.
What are you doing today, Chemda, by the way?
I'm doing this.
Okay.
I had a meeting earlier. A little bit of work. After this, though, taking my bike. We're going to the circus.
Oh yeah? All right.
The circus?
Yeah, it's a one-ring circus. It's happening. It's in town at, what is that place called? It's very fancy.
The big top.
World famous venues.
It's the Big Apple Circus. What is it? Lincoln Center?
I don't mean
Do we worry at all that these animals are getting mistreated?
There's no more animals. There's no animals in
What
this
the fuck
show.
is there?
I don't think there ever was. And Ringling Brothers shut down. They're no longer a circus.
Yeah, I don't want to shit on your circus. I guess I just always heard of like a 5-ring circus. You're down to just one. This sounds like a bad Yelp review.
It's just one clown that keeps pretending to throw a bucket of water on you, and it's confetti, just over and over. Like, sorry, we got rid of animals.
What do the rings mean?
It's such a small circus. It's like you're right there, and you're seeing acrobats and stuff, and flying trapeze. And to me, it's like what's that show with the fire
Cirque du
and
Soleil?
water? So, yeah, it's like Cirque du Soleil, but like New York space.
I'm sorry. What a show with fire and water? Are you saying like Circus Soleil, or are you
Yeah.
talking about a TV show? I
No,
couldn't tell.
like Cirque du
Okay.
Soleil. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's they do aerial things
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
so talented.
That'll be
It's
fun.
amazing. Yeah.
By Union Square? That one?
No,
Is it like a tent? Is it like a real tent in New York City?
I'm free, but yes, it is a real tent. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have for us special for her birthday, Danny?
Wait, hold on. I'm still just caught on this imagery. I'm sorry. It just it's so weird to me that you're taking a bike to a circus. Like this is you and like a 4th grader's plan for the day.
Yeah, it's weird. It's Big Apple Circus. It's at Lincoln Center.
Got it. Love it. That's adorable. I picture you with like a propeller hat riding your bike to the circus.
It
All
says
right.
here. Oh, I'm looking at the website. You must be sober and leave sober. Are you?
Brother Love says Big Apple Circus used to come to Cunningham Park. Yeah, that's where Brother Love and I grew up, by Cunningham Park. I only saw it once as an adult a few years ago, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. It was on Groupon, and we went, and I was like, oh, this will be silly and fun. And I'm like, oh my God, this is serious. They are true performers. This is an incredible show. The only thing that was silly was the guy in between, while they're changing. He's being very big and circusy, like, and then the ball into 1944. It's not that interesting, but it was lovely. I remember meeting the circus people. I loved it, loved them. That's what Brother Love is saying about the circus.
You ever think about being one of those circus people?
I tried out for the circus. Are you asking me or Danny?
Anybody. Literally anybody. But it's it obviously looks like a bunch of degenerates, based on movies and stuff. But I can see doing that, going town to town. That'd be fun.
I think circus people, unfortunately, my view of them is heavily tainted by carnies, but that's two very different groups of people,
I actually don't know. I'm not sure if there is. It's tough road life, so it might have a lot of similarities.
Okay, well, a circus person I feel is usually like an acrobat and they do tricks, or maybe they tame a lion, but that's still a skill, you know. But a carny like pulls a little crank that makes a gravitron spin around and they're high on methamphetamine. I think they're different.
No, you're right. Okay, I see it. I see it.
And they have no teeth also.
Yeah, I see it. Okay. Touche. Yes. And yes, I tried out for the circus over 25 years ago. I got a call back. I had to fill out a bunch of stuff, but I couldn't get past that. That's as far as I got.
You failed the background check.
Maybe. I did really well on the audition. It was super fun.
What's an audition?
I do remember we had to we were in the circus area and we had to relay information by miming to like the back seats, and I pretended to light a cigarette and exploded in my face and I fell and stuff like that. So it was like very improv-y, you're a clown, this shit is on fire. You know. And I did it. It was good.
Did you ask them why you weren't picked?
No, it's not like they called you again. They called you to say like, hey, fill out this next thing, do the next part. And then they didn't call after that. So I must have not made it through something. I don't know.
Okay.
The next part was they asked you a whole bunch of questions. I think because you're traveling with them, they want to know if you're sane. And I remember one of the questions being like, what was the last book you read? And I'm like, I'm fucked.
That's a carny filter.
Yeah, well, you got to read books. And I always think I failed because I wrote something stupid that I never read. I don't know.
War and Peace, and they're like, you're weird. I'm going to go fuck the bearded lady now.
Yeah. Well, I brought a dumb one to wrap up on, but very happy birthday to you, Chemda. You're truly a gem. Always a pleasure to see you. Here
What
we
is
go.
what is your favorite thing about Chemda?
Okay, all right.
I would say
there's no need.
no, I got this. I would say there's a genuine warmth, and you know, she's not always on my side, but when she is, it's very authentic, and she has defended me in several key situations on a personal level as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan. She's my podcast mom. You guys are kind of my podcast parents. Keith, I'm trying to get your rights severed, but
On a what did you guys talk about personally that you didn't trust me with it?
oh, so you weren't being left out, Keith. Don't get upset.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I seem to remember that we did a shoot or something, and it was at Chemda's house, and
That's when we met, right?
yeah.
Oh man, everyone was fucked up to you that day. I couldn't believe it. This dude was working his face off, and there's not a lot of space in the house. They were using the house for the set, and whoever was not filming was in the kitchen, which, as you know, is like, you know, half a wall is dividing that from where they were filming, and he just says simple things like, "Can you guys be quiet for a second? We're just about to," and they're like, "Shut the fuck up, Danny." Oh my God. All day long with the "can you be quiet?" And he's like, "Okay, but I'm just trying to get this section of the video that you're asking me to record." And you're like,
right.
"Danny, you're being such a fucking asshole. Shut up." And I'm like, "What is this?" And they're like, "Don't worry, it's Danny." I'm like, I don't I'm not getting it, so I'll just be quiet in my kitchen, but it seems like he's working. I don't know. It was weird.
Well, thank you. You stuck out for me. In the end.
It was so crazy. He's all professional and shit. The lighting was done. Like, people were coming in like almost it was a prank. Every time he said go, it was like,
bad.
"You filming, Danny?" And it's like, yes, the skit for you. Holy shit.
And the kicker was that the main was actually brutally hungover, and so the footage was terrible, and we never released it. So I was freaking out.
No. Holy shit.
That's
wow.
comedy for you.
Yeah, that is funny that that's how we met.
Well, I knew you were a gem then, and I've been right ever since.
Well, I'll tell you this. I saw that last year. I remember that last year you picked and you didn't know it was the last day that we were recording, and you picked that day to come in. And I'm like, okay, good. It's Danny. We're going to have a great last show, whatever. And this year I saw that you picked my birthday, and I'm like, I don't know if he's doing this on purpose, but I feel good.
Yeah.
It's just going to be sweet and easy, and we could yell at each other, and we'll still be friends, and it's going to be glorious. So I'm glad you're here.
Aww.
Thank you. Wow. See, now I'm going to cry. Keith, any emotion over there?
It's good seeing you. I saw you on the list, and I'm like, yeah, that'll be good.
That's high praise, Danny. That is. I think he did cry just now. I think that's what it looks like.
He's like squinting to read. He's like, I gotta turn down my white noise to be able to read. Here we go. Danny Vega. All right, here's a really silly one. AITA for eating my husband's entire birthday cake by myself.
Probably.
I'll preface this by saying my husband's family and I don't get along at all. We're rarely ever on good terms. And for my mental health, I decided to put distance between us, especially after I was blamed for my most recent miscarriage that happened 3 months ago.
Ugh.
Blamed.
Yeah.
Brutal. My husband can still see and visit them whenever he wants. For me, I don't attend any of their events, not even Thanksgiving nor Christmas.
Fair.
My husband's 30th birthday was 2 days ago.
Oh, you guys are young. All of this happened and you're 30? Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay.
I had the exact same thought.
Oh my God. How many Thanksgivings did you miss already? Wow. Okay.
It's a lot of drama.
Whew. Okay.
Husband's birthday 2 days ago. I planned to celebrate with him. I bought a cake and a gift, but he said that his family invited him to celebrate his birthday. And he, quote, really, really, really wanted to go because the birthday parties his family throw are like no other. We had an argument over this, but he told me to wait for him till he finished celebrating there with his family. Then we could celebrate together at home and eat cake.
No.
Fuck his friends.
No, but Keith is saying like actively have sex with his friends, not like go fuck yourself.
No, have intercourse and enjoy it.
Got it.
Yeah.
You're telling the wife to have sex with his friends. Crystal clear. Okay.
Multiple times, mouth, ass, front, everything.
Mouth, ass,
don't be shy.
Front. The
This is
three
important.
holes for Keith. Let me see your front. Okay. After he left, I felt so terrible. I called him out, but he turned his phone off. I was so mad. I took the cake and brought it to the living room and started eating from it.
Oh.
I ate the whole thing, not saving him a single piece. I guess it was so angry and, it made me hungry.
Spite eating.
Yeah.
He came home and saw what I did and blew up saying I did this to be spiteful and to punish him for not, quote unquote, ditching his family on his birthday.
Yeah, so what? Who cares?
Like I, quote unquote, wanted him to. I reminded him I paid for the cake, but he called me petty and nuts.
I paid for the cake. Who bought the cake? Now it's a whole fight.
Yeah.
I paid for the cake in the first place. So that's like my mom telling me when I was a kid, like, it's not really your house, right?
Oh, no.
I paid for your room. This is my room, not your room. You made
no crying, Keith.
Tonight.
No crying.
That's where it started.
I reminded him I paid. He ranted and ranted, then said that he didn't get to eat cake at his parents' house because lots of kids were there and he didn't get enough cake. And what I did was
What kind of party is this? Your parents throw ragers that there's not enough cake for everybody, including the birthday person? You're lying. Now you're lying. You're lying.
And he said that what she did, he said that her eating the cake was 10 times worse. He's been upset with me ever since AITA.
Oh my God. Divorce. I don't say this lightly. Marriage is whatever the fuck marriage is. Divorce. I can't. Your children. This is a childlike, and I've cried over birthdays, but then I'm probably wrong. I paid.
You've cried over birthdays?
Of course, everyone does birthdays wrong, and I get sad and whatever.
Oh my God, Chemda, I'm the same way.
Yeah. But we have to change.
Birthdays are always a bad day for me, almost always.
Yeah, and you are the one who has to get over it, Like, yeah, I get it. It's a lot of expectation. It's a little nerve-wracking. Relax, eat cake, Why are you going to your parents' house? Are they going to suck your dick? What?
It's so weird. It's so
they
fucking
throw
weird.
good parties? Throw it tomorrow. What is this? It's the day you came out of your mom's, wherever you came out of whoever. It doesn't even fucking matter. You got to do it on that day. Stay home. Get a blowjob or whatever the fuck. Have some cake. No, she's not an asshole for eating the cake. She's just very sad.
Yeah.
I'm very with you here. I think your partner takes priority on your birthday. I think that's got to be true.
Yeah. You at least have them for your birthday. Why did I marry you?
I think my big issue though, and I think OP throwing this in was big, that this schism was caused by a miscarriage being blamed on her. I mean,
How
And
do you
you're
even
still
talk?
going to your parents' house? Ugh.
Yeah, there'd be a problem even seeing my parents again
Right.
after that.
Right. And you
And I
are
don't
not.
take that lightly either. Yeah.
Yeah, my parents are not taking
Awful.
precedence over you when they blame you for a medical thing that happened to you.
and also, pretty widely considered to be, it's the death of a child, more or less.
Sure.
Yeah. More than my parents throw good parties, but I didn't eat cake because there were so many kids. Happy birthday, you fucking moron.
Yeah, I see. Jared is rating. Fuck the friends. Kill them for the insurance. Yeah, this is beyond, and I agree. Absolutely.
How about
absolutely.
Jeff's comment?
Jeff said he should have to eat all of the miscarriage.
Good God.
I don't know why that's funny.
Nom, 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 nom. I'm curious, like, what I see here is a guy who is I mean, he could just be a shitty guy, but I see a guy who's like really like baked into his family system and he doesn't know how to let go, which is like a deal breaker for me with girlfriends and friends, really. Cause like, I don't know, do you guys have experience with like adults that you met where you're like, really, you're 40 and your mom's your best friend? Like people that don't become their own individuals?
No,
I'm
that's
sure.
yeah, that's usually a turn off for me. It's really nice. Like we know a couple people where their parents are actually cool, and so they could confide in them, and they could have like this really nice. I have like someone has my back kind of relationship, but they also have a life separate than that, an independent life. It's not,
Right.
they're not on someone's teeth. But yeah, it's not. But taking your parents' side,
Yeah.
even if the miscarriage thing didn't happen, which it did, and the blaming did happen, taking your parents' side, what's so good about their party?
You
Is
think
there
they're
even a
fucking? I've
jumping
seen porn
castle?
like that. You think they're all fucking?
Maybe.
Fucking
If
and jumping.
I would have to know, like, okay, you're fucking your parents, right? Like you guys are having sex.
That would make me feel better.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah. So your mom has this today? All right.
Yeah, they trade.
The
Oh
fuck?
God.
Yeah. So and then what? You come back home and it's like, even if there was no cake eaten or anything, I hate your parents. Okay, so I'm gonna go see them. That's all I want to celebrate, and then come back home and hey, I'm back. I won't talk about it too much because that upsets you, but you can have the evening.
Again, what is this party? Your mom has the best balloons? What could it be? What could it be?
She makes balloon animals.
Right. Congrats. They have the best face painter. What could your 30-year-old birthday party at your parents' house
Babe,
be?
they got a henna lady, okay? Gotta go.
The crystal woman came.
Yeah. It's
So
a 2-ring circus, so it's like pretty popping off. It's not 1 ring.
I hope we sat next to the best ring.
Yeah.
Now
Oh,
we
I
got a
can't see the
shitty
other
ring.
ring. Oh.
It's ridiculous. If you hear this and you can relate in any way, yeah, get a divorce. Fuck the friends.
Yeah, they don't like each other. They don't like
Right.
each other. I'd rather spend time with my parents who are mean to you on my birthday. I don't really like you that much. That's weird. Blaine is saying, I knew a guy whose mom had a get together at Chuck E. Cheese and invited friends to his 23rd birthday. It was weird as fuck.
Everywhere.
Maybe there's some irony there, but it's so bad at Chuck E. Cheese that, ugh,
Right.
pick something else.
One of them, Peter Piper or Chuck E. Cheese, has a 1 drink an hour limit. So maybe our first OP could throw a party there.
Yeah.
Nice little mini prohibition. Well, it seems like we all agree on this. which I'm
Sorry.
not surprised.
How are we just glossing over that? Chuck E. Cheese's has a 1 drink an hour rule.
I check their website every day. I wanna
You're a
make
Yelp
sure.
reviewer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I gotta be aware of
You got it
pizza
right.
locations, children's pizza locations.
Somebody's checking their watch and okay, I'll take the second one now. The hour starts now. By the way, when I order it.
yeah.
Hey, Danny, would you give your 1 drink an hour to another boozy person? Why not? It's your sibling. Come on, it's your sibling.
I'm a rule follower. I did not want to deal with law enforcement at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not breaking any of those rules.
But you're asking the bakery later to deal with selling crystals.
I didn't see the harm like you guys saw the harm. I don't know.
There's laws for
I
that.
don't need the hassle. Yeah, I don't need the hassle. It's
hassle.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
So was that the only one we disagreed about then? The crystals and family?
Did we disagree?
No, I agree with you guys. I just on the booze one, I think I'm more. I think there's a way to make this work. I don't think I really see eye to eye with Chemda on that. I think it's okay if you're a non-drinker to ask for a little restraint, because it gets sloppy.
I get it. You can ask for a no drinking party, but
yeah,
if people don't come,
just know they're texting and laughing at you. That's all.
Make not boozy friends, then it won't matter when the people who drink don't show up. But also, people who drink have come to like a smoking weed party that I've thrown and didn't need. Like, that's very interesting that they wouldn't come at all and have another party. That's what tells me she might be a not fun asshole, or they're just such motherfuckers. But I don't know. Her own husband's saying, come on, can't we go to this other people's party, not the one that you've been planning?
Right.
I don't know. Everyone's an asshole. But I get what you're saying. Danny, I'm kind of on your side, though, at the same time.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah.
You had a party for only weed smokers, but some drinkers showed up. Is that what I'm understanding?
No.
Oh, you didn't actually do that.
I had a weird silence smoking party where for 2 hours
What?
my door was open and there was no talking in the house. And there was,
What?
like, some fruit
No
chopped
talking?
up. That's right.
I had a yelling cocaine party the same day, so you could have picked.
I'm sorry, Chemda. I'm going to Keys. That's too
Say,
weird. I can't be
nice.
quiet for 2 hours.
Is it weird? That feels good. Thank you, Dan.
Actually, one time, when was this? Like 20 years ago, Keith had a 40s and blunts party, and I had a party that same day that was more of a here's food I made and a nice buffet. We can have some chit chat, and it was going on simultaneously.
Who won? We're going to Keys' house. Let's fight out. Let's fight in the street.
There were some people who went to both. Maybe I was appetizers, and then they went nuts.
Right.
See, that's what I think. I think if people liked you, they would come to your party, and
Meet you in the
then
middle.
they wouldn't have like this other alternative party exactly at the same time. That's weird.
That's
and
true.
these were in different
It's aggro.
boroughs. Like mine was in Midtown, and Keith's was in like Flushing, Queens. And people still
What?
made their way to both. Yeah, that's
You
where the
guys used to
studio-
live in Midtown and Flushing, Queens, respectively?
No. The studio originally was in Briarwood, which is right by Flushing. And my brother had a place in Midtown, so I used his place because he wasn't there. And I had a nice, lovely, very respectable party. and he had, I think you got into a fight with a random person.
Oh
who came
yeah,
in.
yeah. So
Yeah,
we just
yeah.
saw people coming to the place, and they just joined the party, and then they got drunk. They're being assholes, and I'm like, and I said like how he said something like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I'm like, "It's my fucking place." And
He was
my
sitting
mom
on the
said,
couch.
Don't forget, it's my place.
He was sitting on the couch, is what I remember. And Keith goes, hey, I don't think that you're supposed to be here. And he goes, who the fuck are you? Then it escalated.
Oh,
and Keith goes,
my.
get the fuck out of here. And
Yeah.
he pretends it was his idea. He gets up, like, I'm fucking leaving already. He's like, no, I told you to fucking leave, so you're fucking leaving.
And he's drinking his 40, but he's like, all right, just I'll go. But he was with two friends, and he didn't want to look like he was being kicked out. Like, at my leisure, absolutely. Like, you're not enjoying a sip or two. Like, you're not having fun. What are you standing up for?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
But also, before that, I had a party, and this is before I smoked. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke. I wasn't doing, like, any drug at all. I asked a friend, how do I buy enough weed for a party? I bought, like, I don't know, maybe an ounce of weed because I had no idea how much to buy. And I bought all the different boozes. I had all the different boozes
Whoa.
because that's That's what people wanted to party. That's how they feel comfortable. I had all the food. Oh yeah, I got stand-up video games because like 20 years ago that was. So there was like 3 video games that we can play.
Wow.
It was fun. Yeah. Party time USA, man.
You think a clown is going to top that? Anyway, good luck, Xerxes. This is do you have weekend plans also?
Yeah, I just don't know what it is. I see
Oh, okay.
on my schedule that it was blocked out like, let's see, on Saturday, be ready to leave at 6.
Okay.
So that's,
gosh.
it says birthday stuff, be ready to leave home at 6 p.m. And then on Sunday, it says birthday
I'm
stuff.
picturing a birthday card like, be ready at 6. Happy birthday.
Magazine cutout copy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if this is safe.
Well, because it says, 6 o'clock. And my first question is, are we leaving at 6 or do we need to be there at 6? So that's why he's writing that. Here's on Sunday at 3 o'clock, birthday stuff involving food. Also a question I would ask, should I be hungry when I go,
Right.
And
You have any
be
guess?
ready to go at 3.
You have any guess?
I just one has to be a restaurant, and I don't have any guesses at all. This says per her instructions is what Xerxes said. I guess I told him to do it. I forget what I say, and it's dangerous because apparently he's writing all this shit down. So I think one of them is food, but I can't even imagine what a second one is.
Exciting.
I don't know. Sometimes I go, well, at least like I don't have to deal with my birthday because I wouldn't even know what to get for me.
Right.
So shout out to Xerxes.
Does he seem scared at all today, or?
No.
Okay, he's confident.
Yeah, he's confident. And usually I think that there are a little nerves. Yeah. This year I think he's like, you fucking said, and I'm following what you fucking said. There's no fucking way I'm doing this wrong. Now, he didn't express himself like that in any way at any point in our relationship, friendship, or, romantic. But I feel like, Xerxes, how do you feel? If you want to type it out into the thing, are you nervous? Are you anything? He's listening. He's getting, I could hear him grinding, getting our weed ready.
Okay. Is there pressure on your birthday, Danny? The way it seems like it is with Chemda?
I usually get emotional and sad on my birthday. Sometimes if I do a big thing, I regret that, and sometimes if I do nothing, I regret that. But this year, I actually we went to Santa Fe as a family, and a waitress gave me her phone number.
Drinks. Oh,
and so what was that? What was the last thing?
A waitress gave me her phone number.
Nice.
And I ended up having like a family Thanksgiving trip. I hang out with her. And so I spent my birthday with her. We went roller skating. It was incredible.
Oh, that's so fun.
It was so fun.
That's really nice. Are you still in touch?
We're still in touch. She's super sweet. And I just never felt like I felt famous or something getting a number at. And it was because I'm a good tipper. If I can defend my Yelpery. My dad gave a 20% tip on Thanksgiving Eve. And I was like, come on, dog, like hook it up. So I threw down a 20, and he super ostentatiously like puts his arm around her and he's like, my son wanted you to have this $20.
No. No, why do people think that helps? Oh.
I know.
Oh.
But she gave me her number on the exit. She handed it to me on a little piece of paper. And so I was like, all right, Dad, you might get the alley-oop for that. Don't touch me with your poop hiding hand. Don't touch me with your poop hiding hand.
Wow. Oh, so she gave you her number on the way out.
Crazy.
That's cool.
Crazy.
Did you guys do it? Did you put it in the front?
I can neither confirm nor deny, Keith.
Nice,
but,
bro.
We did go roller skating.
Good for you.
That's so sweet.
I never, as an adult, went roller skating and not got laid. Just saying.
Xerxes is chiming in. I feel great. All caps. That's not usually how he types, so I should be a little concerned.
All right.
I think I'm on top of it, he says.
All
and
right.
Jared is predicting that the second date is buttering. First of all, every day is buttering this weekend. Let's just be
when
clear.
he puts lotion all over you, right? And
That's
massages you, that kind of thing. All right.
Yeah. See, massage is too much.
Oh.
It's like, well, not people get nervous. Am I massaging right? Whatever. Lotioning or buttering, as we call it, is just applying it so you know when to stop. When it gets into the skin, you're like, oh, I could move on. Sometimes you don't know. Have I been here for long enough? buttering.
Yeah.
You follow the
I've been here long
lotion.
enough. When I give Kyle a massage, I'll work on a spot and then I put a little post-it, like, and that part's done. And then I'll do the other side. I don't want to overdo, put little stickers.
Hey, Kyle. Can I put on my white noise while I do this? Is that okay?
I like what I like, you son of a.
That is so funny because one time we were logged into the Keith and the Girl YouTube. I don't know if it was by mistake or what. And all of a sudden the whole history is just fan noise. We're like, what the
It's true. It's all real. I thought it was
this?
a joke a little bit.
No. And then we're like, oh, Keith must be
I mean, I don't go to the
logged into
store,
here.
like, let me put on white noise, but apparently they think it's my favorite song.
I'm out and
at
about.
night.
I'm putting on fan noise. I'm getting crazy. White noise is for sleep.
Rain is my daytime noise. And fan is my nighttime noise.
I'm going to quit and then this show will be called White Noise.
Thank God you're here. Thank God you're here. Well, Chemda, happy birthday. You're 47 years young.
Oh, another gross thing to say to people. Yeah. Let's get weird.
What are you most proud of in your life? 47 years, Chemda.
That I think as much as a human being can, I stayed conscious in my choices. And there was a path, and I didn't always take it just because the path was paved. So I have a weird job. I have a weird life. Maybe some people call it weird or alternative or whatever, but I got to venture off into my curiosities, and I'm really happy about that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Look at that. Amen.
That's beautiful.
Amen. You gonna have cake today?
Shit. Xerxes!
Oh, shit, sorry. That's the show. Danny is the best. You want to download the podcast? Am I the asshole? Danny's always fantastic, of course. It's good to see you. The crying didn't put me off, and if you want to cry, you cry. Okay.
Thank you, Keith.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do it sometimes too.
I want to have you on and try to get you to cry and try to get you to open up. I think you have a nice, soft exterior and underbelly.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
AITApod.com. All our links are there. And congrats on your GoFundMe, guys. I was checking that out. Looks like it's going swimmingly.
I think Xerxes is laughing at you calling it a GoFundMe because that's for sick people, which I understand.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kickstarter. I apologize. Keith is sick, so I get confused.
That's true, yes. But we are 89% funded on our Kickstarter.
Okay.
And I hope the next time I refresh, it's 100%. I'll be holding my breath. So today, I might die at 47.
Take a look at keithandthegirl.com/kick. Do you want 5 shows a week of Keith and the Girl? It's right there. It's right there for the taking. All right. Danny, thanks again. Chemda, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, everyone. Have a great time. Celebrate in whatever way, in whatever amount. Celebrate for 1 minute. Just get up, pump your fist, shake your butt, and I'll feel it. Have a great weekend.
If somebody's, let's say they happen to be crying at something, would it be nice if they took a picture of their crying face and sent it to you for your birthday?
Sure. Yeah. Love it.
You love it. What's your favorite feeling, Chemda?
Oh, boy.
He is a robot, guys. That's not a normal question. What's your favorite feeling?
I'll have to think about that.
All right.
Maybe patience. Just kidding.
Patience? That's not a feeling.
I'm not gonna. I really don't know what feelings are. All right. Well, happy birthday. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. That's it.
Yay.
Thank you, Danny. Great as always. Blaine will be eating cake for you, Chemda.
Don't you love this button?
You love it.
Look at this. It just, now I'm scrolling
My
through.
mom's older than you.
Just pressing random shit. This is so fun. You know, we had to pay extra for me to have the button too. So thank you all for the Kickstarter. Here's one for you.
Blaine, let's go to Dead Mouse.
Thank you guys for being here. This was such a fun birthday show. Sometimes I like to take the day off, but today I've been working and really grateful for it. I know what that sounds like, but I'm glad I like my work enough where I don't have to be upset that I'm not like somewhere on a beach. This has been so much fun. So thank you. Thank you all.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
BD.
Bye. Bye, Danny. Thanks.
Bye, guys. Thank you.